objects of real value are ancient things. Like the one you just brought to me.
It calls me, but not on any wavelength I know.
What do I care about another damn war? That's my fortune out there. I've waited too long for it already.
What you see is an opportunity. What I see is something sacred.
If you are discovered, I will deny any knowledge of your existence. And as a fugitive Roslyn clone, I will be obligated to hunt you down.
Blakemore is obsessed with archaeology. The interest goes beyond historical.
Oh, you want to play the hero? Here in the DMZ, I call the shots.
There are moments where I think our disparities are gone. This is not one of those moments.
I love you too, Hive.
Hi guys, welcome to the last section of IndieX Showcase. The last game is the better one, I guess, and it is EVERSPACE 2, a space sim arcade shooter, RPG, you name it, that comes like in the summer. So with me I have Erik Shrader from ROCKFISH Games. Hi Erik, how are you?
I'm doing great, fantastic actually. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I already know that you are in Kansas, and I can't resist to do the joke that we are not in Kansas anymore. Yes, but you are really. How's the weather there?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of rainy. It ebbs and flows. I feel like the middle of the United States gets like all 4 seasons in 2 days. It's pretty crazy at times. Yeah, it's great. It's fine.
Okay, I have another joke for you right now before
Okay.
we start. So the name of the studio is ROCKFISH Games. You know what it means, fish in Portuguese? Not fish, the fish, but fish is good. Something fish, we say, that's fish. Okay? That's
All
for
right.
you Portuguese. Okay, so we have EVERSPACE 2, and I'm just going to start to ask you how the game is evolving right now from the since you release. How is doing fine? Is selling? How the people are liking the game? Can you tell me
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I mean, overall, the reception since our launch back in April has been really positive. And we've been reaching a lot of our core audience, which are space shooters. Not so much the space sim, even though we do hearken to that sort of a category as well. But we just wanted to dive back into a spaceship and blow stuff up, kind of like the classic games of old, like Wing Commander, Privateer, the original Elite, also like Freelancer as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of where our origin for the game goes, and we've been getting a lot of receptive feedback on how that's going. We've made a number of changes since release to kind of honor the player base's observations and cultivate a solid game experience for them overall. We've even launched a pretty large free update not too long ago that added a lot of horizontal progress. What I mean by that is a lot more loot to find, a lot more items to collect, modifiers, stuff like that, to give the game itself a lot more variety when you're playing through it.
So you mentioned a lot of games, classic games from Chris Roberts. Are you looking forward for Star Citizen that never is released? I guess will never be, but I just received the notice this week that Squadron 42 is already done. What do you say about that?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot to talk on that front. Squadron 42, it does look very good from what they've showed us so far. And there were some surprises in their recent trailer for sure. But it is a wildly different game than what we're producing. We have a ton of sci-fi references in our own game, though. We're a bunch of sci-fi fans. So yeah, you can bet that there's a handful of individuals on our team that are very excited about what Star Citizen is going to produce, and hopefully in a completed state.
So we could talk all night because we are the last section. So I don't know if people from RTP, but I'm supposed we are just jumping to the game because people want to see the game, and we keep talking about it. So let's
Yeah, let's do it.
continue. I just already told you that I reviewed the game in the launch. I have some hours in the game, like 20, 13 hours. I don't know. I just continue my save because I have everything unlocked right now, I guess, so we can jump to the systems of the game. So what are you planning to do now? You see my beautiful ship right now. I have this tank, I guess. So I'm playing with the keyboard and the mouse, and it plays very well. We can, of course, play with the controller. So as you can see, one of the questions I want to ask you is that I'm just trying to concentrate playing and talk to you. But one of the first things that we just see in this sequel is very different from the first one. I played the first game. It was a roguelike experience, and now we have a full exploring systems. We have a space that's huge with lot of stuff to visit. As you can see the map right here, we have lots of space, and this is the sequel have a lot of new mechanics. We have this RPG loot system, we have like open world, of course, experience. So why you choose to come up with this new structure of the game?
Honestly, it's not that new to us. We have actually a history of doing games that are kind of similar to this. A lot of our legacy comes from a mobile game called Galaxy on Fire, if you've ever heard of that one. Galaxy on Fire 1 and 2 were the creations of Michael and Christian, who were the part of Fish Labs at that time. But after a time, they wanted to do more with the capabilities of PCs and consoles, and so they broke away from the mobile market, created ROCKFISH, and now we are producing these much more beautiful looking games that have a lot more processing power behind them. And through that process, EVERSPACE 1 was a crowd-funded game. We weren't sure the entire scope that was going to be possible, and so we wanted to just get our game made. And a big way to approach that was utilizing that roguelike formula, because it helped save on asset production while still presenting a lot of different variety in a gameplay experience. So we're able to take that spaceship shooter, put it into a loop. You're gaining a meta progression over time with a nice little story to top things off. It is a hard game, but we very much enjoy how it's all come out. Now, since that game, when we moved into EVERSPACE 2, this is where our hearts really lie, in this vast space that you can go freely, explore to your will, meet.
I just went to a point and just received the unknown signal, and I'm gonna check what it is.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Perfect. And so as you're exploring this much more open space freely, right? You can make your decisions more on the fly. You can choose the ship that you want to, fly in, customize it in a lot of different directions because of the looter shooter mechanics that we have going on in here, and just help diversify this world with so many characters and stories that are moving as your own is evolving through the game.
I just jumped to a lot of enemies. I don't know if I'm going to survive. I'm going to try that, but I'm really noob right now to play because I don't play this game for months.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Ciao. Bye. So I just go 3 guys.
Yeah, so I mean, what you're doing here is more than fine. You're just pointing and shooting. Sometimes that's the best strategy in something like this.
So
there's a...
Sorry. I just get your thought. I was asking, why do you introduce the loot system? I just like playing Diablo in space because we have lots of secrets, like treasures and weapons, of course. We have puzzles to complete. Where do you come with these ideas for a game like this? Oh man.
Well, there's a lot of inspirations, honestly. Diablo is one of them. We're also big fans of the Destiny franchise.
Okay.
We've also got fans of like Borderlands, for example. Basically, we just like the ability to customize what we're utilizing in fun sort of ways. And out there in the sort of aether of the gaming industry, there aren't a lot of space games, if at all, that give you that type of diversity when it comes to weapon selection and opportunities through devices. Woo!
Oh, well, it's very difficult
you.
for me. Yeah, I just jumped to a place that is impossible to do right now. I need to focus on this, so it's crazy. Yeah, there's an example with I just follow a signal, so I just jump in the a place with lots of enemies and stuff. I'm gonna say bye bye to these guys, and I'm gonna just jump drive.
It's a tactical retreat. It's totally
yeah, it's a tactical retreat. Like there's 20, 30 more. I'm not a coward. I'm just be cautious about this. So you're saying this is, and we have like bosses to fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, the core of the game is that you are a one-man fighter. If anybody's looking at this thinking, oh, this would be so cool multiplayer, this is a single-player game. Just want to get that out the door right here and now. And you are always fighting in a fighter class vessel, whether it's a light fighter or a heavy one, like this bomber that you're currently flying, is up to you. Each different ship has its own sort of play style. They have different classes is how we identify them.
And you have loot similar. Like something like blues and greens. The rarity of the stuff you can add to the ship is crazy. Like I have the cargo full of shit. I have the weapons, you know. I have the bonus, the special attacks right there. So there's a lot of I can show the perks, because we have the system of the companions that you had to your tripulation, and everyone got you a special effect. Yeah, if I chose Ben, I have like these bonuses, I guess, and we can upgrade the guys. We need these requirements, but yeah, there's a lot of systems in this game. This is like, and of course, in the first game, you in terms of narrative, we have this character that is a clone, and he can survive every time he dies. Right now, we are the last clone, yeah. So there's no more roguelike mechanic to justify that, isn't it?
Correct. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a little bit spoiler for the end of EVERSPACE 1, but you know, have to get to EVERSPACE 2 somehow, right?
Oh yeah, of course. People need to understand the justification about the new mechanics about that, I guess. So we have the main missions, we have jobs, we have like I have completed this kind. We have a level to complete because there are some difficulties attached to the missions. More, we have the crafting system, so we can do a lot of mining. The parts I really show. The inventory is crazy. I was like, oh, I need to sell this, I need to destroy that, I need to salvage that, and also we have the challenges, we have the renew, we have the characters, we have a lot of stuff.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I have lots of.
There's a lot. The game offers a lot of customization, a lot of different routes that you can take. Your experience. And I also just want to mention that it's not all there at the very start. Like you become acclimated to these systems as you're building levels.
Yeah, that's the reason I just took my save points to show more things. Maybe some spoilers, but guys, the game is huge. How much we can take to finish the game? I guess. Do you know already?
Off the top of my head, I know that we had some pretty detailed development for at least 4 years, but I think it was probably closer to 5, maybe even closer to 6 if you're including all of the back end coordination to come together. But yeah, I mean, this is a labor of love. It took a long time with our team of a little over 20 now. We've grown as the game was being developed. Yeah, I mean, we're really thrilled with the content that we were able to bring to life. So much so, in fact, that the free content that I mentioned that recently dropped for the game, we made it just because we just loved on the game. We wanted to love on the community. You guys have been giving us so much great feedback through the course of the early access development, and then after full release, it was just like, you know what, we just need to do more for these guys. And so yeah, that's why we produced the free content update somewhat recently, and there's going to be another free content update at the beginning of next year, mid next year, somewhere around there. Lots of stuff that we would just want to keep on doing for the game because of players like yourself.
Yeah, so I'm just want to show you the map, guys, and as you can see, we have these ticks on the stuff. That's the places that you visit. You can do a lot of stuff, and you have like a list of things to discover, things to unlock, mini missions to do in that, objectives in that place. So if you do all, you have these check marks. So people that are crazy to just finish all the stuff, there's lots and lots of stuff to do. We are only on Seto, as you can see, and you have lots of systems there and there and there and there and there. So many places to go. We have a lot of systems. There are people in the chat that they are comparing, of course, the game with Starfield. That's a new reference in space. It's a RPG different from this game, of course, but we have the space sim mechanics, the space shooter mechanics. How do you think about the Starfield? I know you're going to be polite, but what do you think about your game, your action accessible system with this Starfield that was released with the budget, I guess, many times huge than yours?
Yes. Very true statement. And you know what? More power to more sci-fi games out there. I think that this is very much a genre that could use a little bit more love. That takes a lot of care and work to truly bring it to light. And yeah, I mean, Starfield is a prime example of that. Whenever we heard the announcements for Starfield and it being released, we have a number of team members who very much enjoy the game, and we have team members who don't. And they're for a lot of varied reasons for the quality of the game and things that you can do in it, because at the end of the day, Starfield is a very different game than what we're offering here with EVERSPACE 2. If you're looking for more of that RPG direction, much as you said before, Starfield offers a lot of different things to do. Within EVERSPACE 2, we just hyper focus in to get in a spaceship and go blow stuff up. Like, that's what you're doing here. You don't have to read a manual on how to drive. You don't have to go to a wiki and calculate all of these different things in your path and how you're going to accomplish it. No, just get in your spaceship, collect stuff, and have fun. That's what we wanted to go for.
That's the secret, having fun with the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do also have some pseudo RPG elements. The game is actually played through the story of this last remaining clone, as you pointed out. And that's what kind of opens up the world as you're playing through it, as you're building your levels. And whenever the story does get completed, it opens up everything to where you can just basically go wherever you want, do whatever you want. We have a couple in-game systems that will also be refining even more next year. So,
yeah. So I was thinking about, this is a game that are shouting for a multiplayer experience, co-op maybe. Do you have plans to in the future, maybe in the third game, or even an expansion for EVERSPACE 2 to introduce?
I mean, you're already talking third game? I mean, that's exciting. I want to know more about that, please. But no, we have a strong focus with EVERSPACE 2 right now. We still have a lot more plans in order to add more life to this. As I mentioned before, we have a free content update next year. And then we're also working on a premium DLC, which is going to be expansive. You can also look as a reference point as EVERSPACE 1 received a DLC, and it was called an expansion because of how much content it truly added to the game. It's a lot of content that it expanded on. We want to do something similar to EVERSPACE 2. Now, to answer your question specifically about multiplayer support with EVERSPACE 2, not going to happen. This was designed as a single-player experience from the ground up. That was always the intention. And we're not saying that multiplayer would be bad. I mean, I think something like that in a game such as this would be awesome, but in order to retrofit that into the game at this point would be a lot more work than what it would be if we were to start a different project and do multiplayer. Please keep in mind, I'm not saying a new project is in the works that is
As I
multiplayer,
mentioned,
but...
yeah, EVERSPACE 3 is implicit in your answer, so I'm gonna try to imagine that.
Yeah.
I'm
and yeah, I
free to
mean,
do it.
it's sure, by all means. I mean, we've definitely had conversations internally about like, well, what would that look like? But you know, at the end of the day, there is a very specific reasons why we designed EVERSPACE 1 and 2 both to be single player experiences.
Yeah,
it harkens back to those games of old, and Yeah, it's
I-
not
I'm
something
just-
we feel too keen on changing.
As you can see, I can't focus to play the game and talk to you, so I'm just driving by. I want to ask you if you can point me the city. I want to show the guys these huge cities that I just visit, but I can't remember. I know that's lots of space bases around this. I guess it's
Oh,
Saturn.
you're
But do
trying
you
to get to
remember?
Prescott Starbase? Yeah, so if you go to Union, if you go upwards, and then it's going to be in the upper left part of Union.
Okay, Union.
It's going to be that big glowing one that's yellow. That's the one. You can double click it.
Ah,
And
Prescott
it will
Base.
add a marker.
I guess.
Yep. You can double
Yeah?
click it and it'll set a waypoint on it.
Yeah.
And that way now you can just follow the orange and it will send you to Prescott Starbase accordingly.
Okay. That's it.
Oh, I think you actually did need to be in that location to take the jump gate though.
Oh,
So you
I
might
need
have
to
to go
point.
back and
I need to point. I can remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
It can go. So slow down. Come on. Union Bridge. I need to. Oh, I can. I remember. Yeah, we have the bridges. Yeah, because we have the systems that are far away from each other. We need to go to some kind of gate.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to like Freelancer actually, if
Yeah,
you recall
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
experience.
So, but I
each
have
system is self-contained.
company, so I'm just gonna shoot these guys because I can. I'm strong right now with these ones.
We also put a lot of work in the maneuverability of the spacecraft. So what you're doing is totally fine. I'm not knocking that at all. There's a lot of flexibility around using your dodging that you would do accustomed to like an FPS game.
Yeah.
So moving to the left, the right, crouching, jumping, all of those are bound to the controls of our game very intentionally here to give you that edge in combat to navigate around your opponent.
Mm-hmm. So you have lots of stuff hidden here to do, some caches to find. We can land also in trade posts. I can show before I go to the city. So this is the city, the places that we can just dock and repair, as I'm going to do now.
Absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to breathe
restock.
life into all of these locations
So-
for sure.
So there's a shop we can just buy and sell stuff. We have not here, but we can sell and buy other starships. So just gonna launch again. And now, so I just need to go to jump drive, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You'll fly up to it, go through.
I go through it.
Not
Okay.
that way. You have to interact with
Activate.
the jump gate.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I
there you go.
remember now.
All good. All good.
Yeah. I just forget games that I played like 1 month ago. So it's a lot of games.
I don't know how you do that. There's only like 10 games in existence. I mean, it's in the world,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. In 2023, there's like 5 or 6 to play.
When you get to Prescott, we should look at the ship customization. We put a lot of effort into that so that you can make your ride stylish too.
Okay. So, what I need to do now to go to?
You'll
city?
activate your super light drive, your jump drive, and you'll head towards Prescott Starbase. So you can
It
hold the
was
C
pointed,
button
I guess.
in that direction.
See.
It'll take you there.
Yeah. We can jump drive right there. I guess so. And the game is really beautiful. We have these colors, space, we have the planets. And one thing, guys, that we can do in this game is like go to a planet and have like attacking base in the surface of the planet without loadings.
All right, but I think my vocals cut out there for a second. But regardless, you're talking about going to specific locations that are on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
There's
so
some
we
ground
have,
missions. Yeah.
Yeah, we have over 100 handcrafted locations, very intentionally leveled, designed so that secrets are hidden in ways that procedural generation is not going to just be so random where it's obtuse or frustrating. We very much wanted to go the route of making points of interest that capture your attention, and if you do your due diligence in exploring, you're going to find stuff. And many of those locations are in space, yes, but we also decided to add a lot of longevity to the game and expand some ground areas too. So there are key locations in each system that you can go to the planet side locations thereof and explore inside of caves or on the surface for all of those hidden secrets and whatnot.
Yeah, so there's a No Man's Sky reference right now if you read between the lines from Erik. Because of the random generation planets.
Yeah, I mean, we still use procedural generation because it's healthy whenever you're trying to discover, loot, right? Because a lot of individuals who are going after a looter shooter, such as our title, we have to keep things fresh. We don't want everything to be static where you're supposed to acquire it. So that procedural generation does complement it really well. In fact, that unknown signal that you went to earlier in the stream was a procedurally generated location.
Yeah, the missions.
Over the 100.
Yeah. So, guys, you can see this beautiful city, this base. You're telling me to go to someplace, the Prescott Starbase?
Yeah, so you're supposed to go to the Black Market in order to complete the mainline mission that you're following, but all of those blue locations have a side mission for you to do. So you've got a wealth of opportunity here.
Just to show people. Hey guys, in the chat, if you have some questions to Erik, just go ahead and ask him. We are looking to the chat right now, and we have these dialogues that are vocal. It's not only text, but
yeah, we have full voice work in both English and German.
All right. So no Spanish, I guess.
No Spanish. No, not at this time.
I don't care about Spanish. Portuguese is the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But we do have.
I will do the Spanish jokes. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But we do have localization support for the text on the screen for a wealth of languages, and I believe that includes Portuguese. Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to be at the physical event in Lisbon in November in the Index?
Ask that question one more time. I'm sorry.
If the ROCKFISH Games will be at the physical IndieX in Lisbon in November, do you know that?
I cannot confirm that at this time. There's a lot of moving parts for us here at ROCKFISH, so I'd have to get back to you on that one.
All right.
But I can say that when it comes to next year, we will be going to Gamescom, but that's like the big thing on our radar at this time. Stuff might pop up, stuff might get removed, I suppose, too. And if that happens, we'll make those announcements accordingly.
The event in Lisbon is better than Gamescom,
Is it true?
They sold me that. I don't know, really. Just kidding. Yeah, but it should be fun. So, we can go, this is like futuristic. You can see all the ships that are flying by. As you say, we have lots of stuff hidden here. Some things I cannot find because they are so hidden in somewhere, and my ship, I guess, is huge enough to go for every hole.
We did take good care with the ships, though. Even the large ones should be able to get most places that you would also be able to do with the small ones. The big difference is going to be how well it navigates, right? Okay. So if you were to fly a small ship, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of flying one yet, but the handling on those vessels is, they're definitely my favorite. The light ships are by far my favorite to fly. Not to say that they're better than the other ones. Each one has its own sort of benefits and caveats.
I can remember why I'm playing with this ship. I guess I was doing a mission that needs a lot of firepower and shields and stuff like that. I guess this is like a tank of war, because as you can see, I have 3 bars up there.
Yes.
And just activate my special ability. Yeah.
Nice.
As you can see.
Nice.
For nothing.
Very
but
good.
okay. So let's try another place. Do you have some place that you want to show? Because I'm just flying by. I'm not playing, but just
it's all good.
The game. So Do you have?
So there are some locations in Union that I see you have access to high-risk areas. They're the ones that are green. They look like little packages, little cubes.
Okay, I see that.
To the left. If you go to the left, there's a high-risk area. Well, it was to the left. So on the map itself, there are these little green events basically in between the larger locations. So here you're seeing the diamonds, but regardless, there's a lot of different locations you can go to. In fact, the one that you were pointing at first, there was a job location. You can find jobs just in flight to pick up and do, much like that one.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that one's you already had activated. So if you completed that, you'd finish your job. You'd get a small reward for it. You could take on more jobs. But if you would go to like the gauntlet that was right next to that location, for example, you could see a bit more of the various sites that you'll be able to behold in EVERSPACE 2. So either one of those options work. That's a good one. Zarkov
I'm going here. Yeah, sure.
Very good.
So let me just check. Oh, here we go. It's the orange, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, it'll be the one that you tagged. Yes, it'll be the orange. Yep.
So there are people inviting you to appear in Gamescom. Let's Asphodel Awesome is Ricardo, is like the leader of IndieX. So he's just asking you for a beer. He's a huge fan of EVERSPACE 2. I already talked with him. Also, we are hosting a podcast. We're talking about games and stuff like that. Nice. And EVERSPACE 2 was a game that we talk a lot when it was launched.
Great, that's awesome.
And I know that's one of the favorite games of this year for him, and for me too. But there's a lot of games right now.
Of course. Well, I mean, that means a lot to us. I mean, we really did pour our hearts and soul into this title, and we're very thankful that we've had such a strong community to help support the cause as well. I mean, just as much as our team is incredible, I have to shout it out to everybody who's been following us, providing feedback along the way, their criticisms, everything, because we could not create the game at such a rich quality without you guys. So thank you for being a part of this, especially if you're enjoying its outcome.
Very nice. How many people works in the ROCKFISH Games right now?
Right now, I think it's 23. That number might go up by one soonish, I think.
23 people, guys.
Yes,
come on.
Currently, yeah. And at the start of the development for EVERSPACE 2, we were under 20. I mean, EVERSPACE 1 was made, I think, at about a team of 10. So we've grown a little bit since that point. And we've brought some really fun members onto the team, helping straighten things out to really get things moving and do stuff even better.
It's so good, this game. Let's see what's happening next. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Zarkov border control.
Mm-hmm.
Every place is like different. We see a lot of creativity in the scenario. Now we are at the thunderstorm.
Yeah, we call this a nebulous region, but it's very much populated by a lot of traders, which of course do get ambushed from time to time by outlaws since they have the protection of the nebula masking themselves. In sites like this, though, there are a lot of secrets to find. Some of which are a little bit more obvious than others, but like I said earlier, following points of interest is going to be your saving grace.
Yeah,
everything is designed with intentionality here.
Yeah, that's the interrogation points. Oh no, not this one, but there's this access denied. So sometimes to open gates and places to go, we just need to do some tricky puzzles. I must say that. Just to like, for example, we can shoot a meteor. We need to shoot like 5 detonation explosives in quickly succession to explore. It's one of the stuff we can do in the place. So, yeah.
You should try your hand at one of the races. I want to see how well you can handle this bomber.
Oh man.
I think everybody will enjoy this.
Yeah,
I especially will.
I'm going to be bad, but let's go.
Yeah, there are several races scattered around the Belt of Grades, which is the location of where all these solar systems are at. And it's just part of a side mission chain that you don't even have to like do crazy good, but we had a lot of fun making them. We had a lot of community members that enjoyed capitalizing on how well they can navigate a vessel, and some of the stuff our community has pulled off for high scores in this is actually insane. It's a lot of fun. A lot of really cool experiences come out of just these racing circles.
It's like an open world. We have lots of stuff to complete in the game. So
yeah, we like to describe it as pseudo open world because I mean it's massive. I mean with over 100 handcrafted locations, it's not exactly small, and each solar system has its own sort of unique traits and visuals associated with it, and sometimes even factions and equipment as well. So yeah, there's a hefty amount to do. I think our numbers actually showed if individuals are going just to complete the game itself, just the story, it usually takes about 30 to 40 hours. But if you're going for that 100% completion, some people have claimed to do it in about 70 to 80 hours, but our general stats look to be about 90 to 100 hours to do everything in the game.
So it's again bang for the buck, I guess. We have lots to do. So let's start the game. So you're saying if to get the platinum, I need to finish under 28 seconds?
Oh, just to finish the side mission, you just have to get bronze. You just have to go for bronze. You got 1 minute to get through all of this. I'm sure you can do it. Let's find out.
So go. I can remember. I have the turbo, yeah. So I need to follow some checkpoints? No, I failed. Of course.
You gotta follow the rings. Yep, gotta follow rings.
Me see restart.
Yeah, you can hold the C button. Oh,
yeah,
okay, perfect. And you can try again.
So I just didn't see the gates.
That's
I
all
go
good.
slow with the first. So.
I knew I was going to enjoy this. This is great.
Oh, these ones. Okay. These blue circles.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is too hard. Come on, 28 seconds to do like 13 checkpoint. No. You're trolling me, man.
Oh,
you can
no,
finish this
not
in
at all.
platinum?
Not at all. Oh,
you can finish this
absolutely.
in platinum? Yes.
Oh yeah, we've had there's a user who finished this particular course. I believe it was under 15 seconds. So yeah, I mean there's a lot of different tricks.
Yeah, you have different ships.
Yes, lots of different ships, and just for everybody watching too, don't judge the streamer too much right now. I just want to say that this game can be a little bit challenging, especially when you first pick it up. But we are very happy with our control scheme and how well your ability to control your ship in a very precise manner actually does come together. So even though
you see, I'm doing, man.
Yeah, you're not doing too shabby.
No,
yeah.
I'm not.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Maybe the next one.
I always recommend the lighter or the medium ships for races, but some people have performed adamantly with their bombers and gunships and vindicators.
I'm going to do it this bathtub, so yeah, no worries. I finished.
Absolutely, that's a win in my books. Yeah, there's 10 different racetracks all across the DMZ.
I'm going again. Oh, I didn't started it. Oh
yeah, you have to go back to the racetrack to start it now. It's the blue marker. Yep.
Yeah. So what is your preferred activity in the game?
Wow, that's a very curious question. I just like flying around, honestly, doing the unknown signals, doing jobs, high risk locations. Those are kind of my thing, which is a little bit ironic because our in-game element is called rifts. And I also do enjoy rifts. They're your high level sort of people going against all odds to collect legendary items in the in-game state. But I just honestly like kind of the freedom of flying around and just doing my own thing. So even what you're doing here, this is something that I very much enjoy. I just love the feeling of controlling my ship and flying it how I want, where I want, when I want, and not having any sort of requirement of what I'm supposed to be doing, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. So there are people in the chat, I guess, that they have Steam Deck. How the game runs in the Steam Deck?
On the Steam Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not Steam Deck verified, but we have seen some very positive results from individuals, trying it out on that front, which is always good to hear, right? So it's definitely something that we're keeping our eyes on, and I'm going to be hopeful in what we can possibly do to make improvements on that front. But right now, we are pretty focused on the development of our DLC, the development of free content, a lot of different moving parts, honestly. So hopefully we'll have more news on that front in the near future.
And what do you think about this new console race, PC gaming, like the Lenovo, the Asus? What do you think about that, like the Switch PC gaming version?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think competition is fierce, and it should be. It only means that we're going to get better quality products and more opportunities to have developers bring their games to the table in a productive capacity. So I'm all for it.
Oh, nice.
It's actually the same reason why we're, a fan of Starfield, just in the case of it being a new sci-fi game. That level of competition keeps developers creating these types of games honest and open. You can see the quality for yourself when you're trying the game. You can look at it from our game. You can be the judge of what you like more and what you like less. But overall, we're very pleased with the results that we have, and the more the merrier when it comes to sci-fi games. We're very confident of our product.
And showing the investors that this genre is not dead. Like, some guys just say, "Oh, I just get the bronze." Yeah.
Nice. Hey, that's huge. Well done. Well done. 9 more to go.
Let's go to other place. So we don't have more minutes left, but we just.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't care. It's the last one, so nobody's kicking us, I guess, from the live. RTP guys, sorry. So let's play some more. I have some elites right there, interceptors. So as I said, there are this genre. I guess there's in the few years we have like Chorus. I don't know if you played that one. It was awesome too.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Chorus. I guess it's how it spells. It's like Chorus but with the V.
Okay. Oh, Chorus.
Chorus. I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
It's simple. It was launched last year, I guess. So we have like Star Citizen. That's a different game because it's MMO, I guess. We have a Squadron 42. We now have Starfield. That's a RPG, but we have a lot of space sim. So do you think that in the future there are more games to come by, like the times with the Wing Commander, Elite, and games like that in the past?
Yeah, we're already seeing it. We are already seeing it. I mean, there's a number of little indie titles, just $5-10 buys that are harkening back to those sort of miniature experiences thereof. Even some like Star Fox referenced sort of titles as well, which is great. It's great. I mean, like I said earlier, like one of the big reasons we even made EVERSPACE 1 in the first place is because we wanted to bring this back. We just hadn't seen it done in a healthy capacity almost at all for years. So the more the merrier if other developers are looking at what we've accomplished or just going, man, I missed this game from my childhood that just let me jump in a spaceship and blow stuff up, and now they're producing that. Great, that's huge. This is the type of game that we love. We want more of that. So,
do you want the contact from Nintendo? I hope they're going to do the Star Fox game, like ROCKFISH Games.
That's I mean, that would be a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like from a logistical standpoint, but
why not?
I mean, I'd be all for it. But regardless of that, I mean, we have a number of plans that we really want to pursue regarding the EVERSPACE franchise as a whole. And as I've mentioned, we have a lot more love we want to pour into EVERSPACE 2 here. So even if Nintendo showed up on our doorstep and was like, "Hey, we want your help doing this thing," there's still going to be some
maybe Chris Roberts wants some help because they are lost, I guess.
Woo! Man, now that might be a different story if he showed up. But
I'm just getting funny with you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, but yeah, I mean, we've been inspired by Chris Roberts. I mean, we've mentioned Freelancer, but I mean, we've mentioned a lot of games prior that have driven us to where we're at, and
I'm
we're
just
very
lost
hopeful
right now.
for the future. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are completely lost. It's totally fine. You got a
Yeah,
lot of
because
loot
it's a
floating around.
thunderstorm. I'm going to use this job because Chris Roberts already have received the money for the game. He doesn't need to launch the game, so he keep doing the vision of the game. So
I mean, the progress on Squadron 42 does look really good. It does look like it's lining up with a lot of people's desires. So, you know, maybe I'm overly hopeful, but I think that they're on the right track, even though the track is insanely long. So I guess we'll see in the future what things pan out and do. Maybe it'll be when we've released EVERSPACE 5 when we finally see Star Citizen. I don't know. But regardless, we're in this for the long haul. We love sci-fi games, and we're really happy with everything that's kind of circulating around the market, and we're also insanely thrilled with the product that we've created here.
all right, let me tell me. Well, this life it's market, guys. You can just pin this because it's historic. Like I have a YouTube channel for 8 years, and I stream from 8 years, and this is the first time my wife just sent me a message to the stream. So. Welcome, guys. Mr. Parreira is my wife, so cheers to you. Because she really does not enjoy games like me, but she's supporting me right now.
That's great support. A great wife. Love it.
All right. So I guess we are running out of time, and I'm really lost. People just.
Yeah.
Just bear with me because I'm just circling around because, guys, this is a game that's simple to play. It's a shooter. It's you need like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to play this game. I'm just too advanced for now for my experience I have right now because I don't play it for 4 months. So let's put the pause here and just finish. I just love to talk to you because one thing that's in the X, it's possible to talk with developers, as you mentioned before, and there's like 40 games right now. I guess tomorrow we'll be playing the last 10, 11 games, I guess, that to close this. And I'm really happy to have you, Erik, in this live stream. And EVERSPACE 2, guys, the game is huge, is great, and you can buy it right now at Steam. What platforms do you have? You have like a PlayStation and Xbox, I guess, too?
Yeah, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and X. Then we're also over on GOG, as well as Steam, of course. And you can also play on Mac. So we do have that support as well. And just to top things off, if you are interested in a free demo, you can acquire that through Steam. And if you have Game Pass, you can actually start playing right now.
Oh, I was supposed to ask you. Yeah, the game is in Game Pass right now, so you don't need to. If you are already subscribed to Game Pass, you don't need to buy it. But buy the game, just support the developers too in the Steam. So Erik, I'm gonna tell you goodbye and thank you a lot to have here, and good luck for EVERSPACE 2, and maybe we see you like in 20 years to EVERSPACE 3 or more expansion stuff, things like that. Good luck and thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been my pleasure really to be here, and don't stop being awesome.
Okay, so guys, tomorrow it's the last day for the Indie X showcase. We will have a bunch of games to show you tomorrow, like 10, 11 games. I'll be here at 8 o'clock to show you the very last game from this Indie X. So see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.
The only objects of real value are ancient things, like the one you just brought to me.
It calls me, but not on any wavelength I know.
What do I care about another damn war? That's my fortune out there. I've waited too long for it already.
What you see is an opportunity. What I see is something sacred.
If you are discovered, I will deny any knowledge of your existence. And as a fugitive Roslyn clone, I will be obligated to hunt you down.
Blakemore is obsessed with archaeology. The interest goes beyond historical.
Oh, you want to play the hero? Here in the DMZ, I call the shots.
There are moments where I think our disparities are gone. This is not one of those moments.
I love you too, Hive.